All right. Are we live? Oh, shoot. Let's see. See it. Okay. It is kind of late, though. Let's go, baby. Who's gonna be the first one in here? Let's see. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know if it's right, though. Oh, shit. Creamy goodness. Really about time. I know, it's been a long time, dude. You know what it was, though? It was like just so much. Like doing the lives at night, doing them during the day wouldn't have been so bad. But it's your birthday. 36 years old sucks. It's your birthday. I have not ever met anyone that had the same birthday as me. Never. Never. So if it's really your birthday, happy birthday, dude. That's insane. Well, happy birthday. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I mean, doing what I love to do most. Figured I might as well go live. Yeah, if you guys have any, questions, what's going on, stocks, any of that, just let me know. Turning 36 in June. 36 years young, man. The new 40 is 20. Or the new, 40 is like 20 nowadays. April Fools, huh? No, this is I never thought it would be like, I guess I could see where the April Fools could come in, honestly. But no, it's not. I've been told my life is a joke all 24 years. Which is insane. But no. Appreciate your hard work. Appreciate you for watching. And each and every single one of you guys. Yes, sir. Alex. So funny. Yeah, what are you guys up to, though? What do you guys do on a Saturday night? My girlfriend's friend's boyfriend just had his birthday today. That's confusing. Say that a couple times fast. You're going to be lost. But that's wild. I didn't think anyone else was born on April 1st. Like, nobody. Obviously, but I've never met anyone. Just got back from Mandarin. I wish I knew Mandarin. That's cool. It sounds fun. It's gotta, it sounds real fun. Happy birthday, my friend. Thank you. And happy birthday to all of you guys, whenever your birthdays are. It's a good day. It's a good day. Watching YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's me too. I don't even like, I'm so nerdy it's stupid. Like I don't even, jeez, it sounds bad, but like I don't even listen to music, or I just love this. That's what I kind of dedicate all my time to. Chris, win Lambo, baby. Still waiting. I don't know anybody that's been born on April 1st. Yeah, dude. It's like, it's weird. It's weird. I was starting to get a little bit of a complex going. I didn't know. Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday, Tyler. What's going on with Mullen? It's the liquidity. I mean, that's something that we talked about. I still have my 500 shares. Like I think I bought it at like 71 cents. And did I buy 500 chairs? Yeah, bought the 500 chairs. I bought it at like 70 cents. It went up to a couple dollars. I just held it the whole time. I sold covered calls, so I got all my money back from doing that for the whole position, and plus like $200-300 in profit. So I just said, I'm just gonna let it sit in the portfolio, see what it does. Who knows? Sometimes those stocks that you bought and sold can do really well, and that's a very much true if you lived through the COVID crash and you picked up some stocks that you thought would only go to so high, ended up going crazy. Look at Neo. That I bought that for like $250. I sold it for $7 or $8 and thought I was a genius. That thing went up to like $60. So you never know what could happen, but Mullen really comes down to not producing any vehicles and not having enough money. They had to seek out money. They have to seek out money every so often, and that's kind of where you get the issue of Mullen. And obviously different things have happened. I'm not up to date on everything that has happened recently, but that's always been the number one concern that I had, was until they start producing the vehicles, which are badass. Let's be honest. The Mullen cars with the little butterfly thing, it's like the sports car. And even the like sedan vehicle that we've looked at before, that you guys probably know about if you invest in Mullen, is pretty cool if they could just bring it to production. That's the problem. And typically when consumers slow down, it's just not a good time to be a car company, right? Typically, before you go into a recession, when you're in a recession, that's one of the worst industries to be in. People just don't spend money on it. They just can't. I mean, that's the last thing you do when you're about to lose your job or just lost your job. But yeah, that's basically what's going on with Mullen. And fun fact, the only U.S. car companies long-standing that have never went bankrupt is Tesla and Ford. Which I was shocked when I learned Ford never went bankrupt, and like GM and other makers did. I don't know. My nephew's birthday is today too. Okay, that's, yeah. I still got a complex, but yeah, that's better. I thought I was the only one for a minute. Chinese buffet? Oh man, I love Chinese food, dude. It's bad. It's so bad. And it's pretty expensive too sometimes. Like if you eat it like a lot, like there's this Japanese like Chinese place. I live in Michigan, right? Like the thumb, like you got the mitt. I live over here, right? Kind of in like the thumb, but not quite. And there's this place, and if I really wanted to like go crazy, I mean, yeah, you could spend a lot of money real quick, real quick. But it's so good. Sushi, all of it. I actually ate sushi today. How long before AMC squeezes? See, I was hoping somebody said that. No, there's a lot of different things going on with AMC. I don't really think we've ever been in such a complicated yet clear place with AMC. And I mean that by a lot of people are confused. Analysts, investors, shorts. I mean, they don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I mean, if you talk to like Citadel or the Algos, I'm sure you'd have a better insight. But people are jumpy right now. People really don't know more or less what's coming next. From my perspective, it looks pretty clear as far as historical trends with AMC. Every time AMC has raised capital in the past, the stock has rallied. I have little to argue against the fact that would not happen again, right? In other words, you probably rally if AMC raises capital, and I think that ultimately comes down to your fundamentals are getting better, and that's the sole reason people ever short a stock is fundamentals or fraud. Really, you can boil them down to those two things: fundamentals or fraud, and which usually involves fundamentals to begin with. And obviously they're not short in AMC because of fraud at this point. They're short in it because of fundamentals. Now, on the opposite side of this, if we go to court April 27th and nothing happens, say the judge dismisses the whole lawsuit, well, we've already seen the drop. You've already seen the stock come down. You're not at lows of 2022, right? You're still positive, and especially after the Amazon rumors, you're still doing pretty well. You're holding up pretty nicely in that 450 to 550 range, but you might get a rally based off of the courts dismissing the court case because it's already been priced in. At that point, it's kind of like, as you guys know, if you've ever played pharmaceutical companies specifically, buy the rumor, sell the news. That's basically what happened with AMC. So I think on those two fronts, you probably get a rally if obviously the court situation does not get entertained, right? If they dismiss this, or for the other reasons we mentioned, you probably get a rally. So I think that is one part where a lot of people are kind of confused, and shorts are really jumpy here, and you can see this in the cost to borrow rates that are reflected in Ortex, and we'll look at that here in just a second. But on top of that, you have this potential Amazon buyout, and a lot of people have said that Amazon would acquire AMC as a distressed asset. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? AMC is not in a position to be called a distressed asset right now. Sure, they're losing a little bit of money. They got plenty of cash. They don't need to raise equity anymore necessarily, and it's different than a bank. If AMC does this, it's a little bit different, right? The stock doesn't necessarily trade off of fundamentals. It's not where a liquidity problem is like the banks. And specifically at SVB, that's what screwed them, is trying to raise the capital like $2 billion. But, I don't think it would be a distressed asset like people think it would be. I think if there was a buyout price, it's going to be to a level where everyone would be sufficiently happy, essentially. So, back to the main question, I guess. When does AMC squeeze? I think there's something coming very big over the next couple of weeks, next couple of, call it, April 27th? It's April 1st, a month or two here. And that's basically a combination of everything that we talk about on a day-to-day basis, what we're talking about now. It's just a very confusing time specifically for the shorts. They don't know really what to do at this point. They know that fundamentally AMC diluting shareholders should cause the stock to go down, but at the same time that doesn't happen, right? AMC usually rallies off of dilution. So yeah, I think in the relative near future, but I think you got to look at it on a risk-to-reward basis, right? When the stock has already priced in the negative, right? Has already priced in the dilution like we have now. Most people, I would say all people really in the investment world, big money, expect the courts to dismiss this, right? They don't think it's going to be entertained. So it's already priced in. Pretty shortly, and I'm pretty excited, especially even with options, and I really haven't said that in a long time. I think there's a really good opportunity with the options, and I think premiums are priced very appropriately for what a move could be. Obviously, you don't want to go short term, right? I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to me. Don't invest anything you can't afford to lose, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the disclaimer. But I think some longer dated options even make sense. Some 2025 options make sense here, given where we're currently at, given the uncertainty here with AMC, and specifically being short on AMC. A stock can only go to zero. A stock can, right, go is as high as numbers go, infinitively, right? So, yeah. I think that is pretty exciting. Everyone's saying happy birthday. Thank you, guys. Never been told happy birthday so much in my life. This is definitely a first. Happy birthday. Did your daughter let you have any of the cake? She actually helped bake the cake. And it was cute. She's like, what was she saying? Bake daddy cake, bacon daddy cake. She was loving it. She was loving it. That's actually with Alex. She commented. They were baking a cake earlier. Happy birthday, my guy. Happy birthday. Hey, let's go, baby. The divergence in the NASDAQ and the Russell 2000 has to converge sooner or later. Yeah, dude, this market is actually insane, because this is the time where I think it's like 2018, 2008, 2019, where markets really rally before a crash happens. And I think a lot of that comes down to trading algorithms and the fact that when everyone thinks a crash is going to happen, it typically doesn't happen. Now, 2022, you did see, right, pretty aggressive crash. It always happened after a major rally, right? A bear market rally, you come down, you hit fresh new lows. You tend to get a lot of exuberance before a crash happens. Now, if this exuberance was coming off of things that were like actually rational, that would make sense. But you get a banking crisis. You get an economy that is already slowing down. You have multiples that are insane for the earnings we're expecting. 18.5%, 19% multiples, and interest rates are 5%. You can go get 5% in a 3-month treasury. That doesn't make sense. You have to be compensated for the risk-free yields you can get in other places. And you're seeing a lot of dislocations here. Why is Bitcoin, gold, and treasuries rallying as the NASDAQ and the S&P are rallying? That doesn't make sense. Those are safety trades. So there's a lot of different things going on really under the surface, but for a lot of reasons, and we're actually putting out a video here in about 30 minutes. I obviously pre-recorded it, set it to upload around 10:30, that is kind of going over all of these things. That even though the markets are reacting so bullishly, 17% rally on the NASDAQ in 3 months, that's historical. That just shouldn't happen. But if inflation was falling off of a cliff, if economic data was looking good, earnings estimates were going higher, this would make sense a little more. But and the banking crisis was not getting worse, or there was better sentiment around those things, this would make sense. So it's not just because the markets are going up this doesn't make sense. The underlying factors of what's going on don't make any sense at all. So I do think the markets could be bullish here for quite a bit. There's still 2, 3, 4 weeks before you get mega tech earnings, and that's ultimately when I think you're probably going to see things get a little bit more volatile to that downside. And what's actually interesting about this move that you have seen recently, earnings estimates have actually went down over the last 1 to 3 months. Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, they've all went down. I mean, check it out for yourselves, guys. Let's do Apple earnings estimate. Dude, they've literally went down, which this is all multiple expansion. That's literally it. This has nothing to do with anything else. I think MarketWatch. Yeah, MarketWatch gives you a great breakdown on earnings estimates. And this is something you want to watch heading into earnings seasons, not just this one, but how are analysts feeling towards a company can really give you some insight on where those numbers need to be, and to get a big drop or a big rally. But yeah, so if you look right here, full year 2024 EPS estimate trends. 3 months ago, before this rally happened, you were expecting on Apple $6.79 of earnings for 2023. 1 month ago, you're expecting $6.57, and currently you're expecting $6.60. So EPS on Apple has dropped 3 to 5% in the last 3 months, but the stock's up 25%. That's showing you some dislocations there. That's showing you that markets are really disregarding a lot of things. We're seeing multiple expansion. Now, I would argue a lot of the multiple expansion is based off the balance sheet and a simple algorithmic trading program that is traded or made to trade the balance sheet. And typically, I mean, assets tend to do well when the balance sheet is increasing. And that's why I think that really happens. Like this period, the balance sheet was decreasing from January 2018 through September 9th, 2019. Let's go to that period, right? January 2018. One, you see an exuberance, a fierce rally. This was 7% in a month. And then you crashed. This was the same time the balance sheet really started to go down. And then you get until, early 2019, and the balance sheet was still being reduced, right, until September 2019. You get a couple more crashes in here. Markets trend up pretty much. You get an exuberant rally up until 2020 when the balance sheet, continued to go higher, and you ultimately got the COVID crash. I think it really comes down to trading algorithms and what's been happening with the balance sheet lately. Let's go. Vlog, baby. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you guys have been good. I miss the live streams, honestly. I love just ranting because I started making YouTube videos because nobody would talk to me about this stuff. So this is gold. I love it. I hope you guys are having a great night, though. You look about 28 years old. Yeah, dude, I get that a lot. I do get that a lot. People are like, wow, you're only 23? Well, now I'm 24, but like, I think it's because I more or less, I'm kind of like an old person. Right? You guys are talking about you're 35 and 39. Man, I feel like I'm 60. Who invests in stocks? That's all they do? Come on. Or like 50. I'll give you like 50s. 50, 60. Like, you got to be a nerd to love this. You got to be a nerd to love charts and numbers and money. Everyone loves money, I guess, but unfortunately, I'm on the other side with SQQ. Yeah, I do think it's an interesting time to look at some protection on the portfolio. I definitely have some, and I like a lot of the butterflies. I think those are very interesting on a risk to reward kind of basis. And I do have a couple of those on the portfolio too. Like, butterflies can pay out huge. Like, your chance of hitting them is very low, but $1,000 can get you 50,000 if you hit it right on the money. And basically what a butterfly is if the markets crash tomorrow, you're not going to make that much. But if the markets crash, okay, my butterflies are August. I think it's August 18th. I'm betting that the market will be in between 350, or the SPY will be in between 350 and 360 by August. If the markets went to 370 tomorrow, you're going to make money on the butterfly, but you're not going to make as much money. If the markets crashed in June or July, then you would make a lot more money. But if the markets close above 360 or under 350 by August, you lose all your money. But if it closed right on, it's 355, then you'd make 50 grand off $1,000, which is, I think, pretty decent. So really, you want to get some time on some of those trades if you're trying to play that downside. money back. I've done that. Yeah. Korea, man, you're gonna have to hook me up, man. I'm trying to go to Korea. That'd be awesome. Although I did just watch, what's it called? The Interview. Have you guys seen that movie? Kind of makes me reconsider South Korea being so close to North Korea. I don't know. I'm just playing. That is a really good movie, though. I actually watched that like last night. I waited out. I did that before and got profits. Yeah. Time is very, very good. Time is your friend, really. And you're supposed to, but why sell at a loss? Yeah. Usually I just commit. To be honest with you guys, I never really trade with an amount that I would be like I would lose sleep at night, losing. But yeah, I've had trades before that were completely done, that came back, and really, I personally think if you're gonna cut your losses, you do that at down like 20%, down 15%, not down that much. MOS will be April 11th, my birthday. That would be something, man. 10 days from now? What? 9 days from now? Really? Tomorrow? I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Hanging in there. What's up, Tammy? How are you doing? Are you going to do live streams again? Man, I was just drinking this lovely margarita. And I thought about it earlier, so I shouldn't say that. I thought about it earlier. I'm like, I should go live. It's my birthday. Why not? I mean, it's not like I'd like to hang out with a bunch of people who go to bars or anything like that. I'm very much like not a normal 24-year-old. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. But I like my stocks and finance. But yeah, I was drinking this margarita, and I'm like, might as well go live. I am going to go get some Hungry Howies. I don't know if you guys have that where you're at. But the barbecue chicken, like onion pizza, slaps. The chicken bacon ranch also slaps. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Then watch a movie. Probably. But yeah, periodically though, I definitely will. I would like to. But it would just be late, and then a lot of people like are sleeping. It's 10 p.m. here on the East Coast. I think normal working people probably are sleeping. Dude, you look like the dude that sold me my car. Oh man, they hustle it. They do. That's funny though. 46, yeah, that's young. Do you think AMC up before split? Yeah, I think you kind of missed the conversation that we were having before when we first got on here. Yeah, I think the downside has been priced in for that, because I don't think a lot of people expect this to be like not allowed through the courts. And to get rejected, and for Adam Aaron to be wrong, and they did something they shouldn't have. If you look up any analyst or just anyone that talks about this court date, people are like, it's very unlikely that this will go any further than April 27th. So I think for that matter, it's probably priced into the stock, and I think that does lead us higher from here. And I think there's a reason AMC bottomed out before hitting a new 52-week low, right? The 52-week low was at $3.77. We bottomed out around $4.06 per share. I think that is kind of telling you something in and of itself. Besides, it's a very uncertain landscape, especially for the shorts. If you're long at these levels, I think the risk to reward makes a lot of sense. And I do think options, long dated options like leaps, like 900-day options, make a lot of sense here, those 2025s, just because we're such a low level. The implied volatility is still very low with AMC relative to what we've seen over history. And usually when you buy AMC at a low implied volatility, when you buy AMC towards the low, you've made money. So I think we do. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate you. At what price would you sell your AMCs and GMEs? In different portfolios, they're different average prices. I more or less would kind of gauge it as a whole, I guess, because stocks can go up infinitively, and I think there's a lot of power. And this is the thing that, like, man, if there's one thing I could, like, try to get through to everyone, like, even creators have, on AMC specifically, have never understood this. There is so much power in everyone knowing about a trade before it happens, compared to some random penny stock that people are talking about in a Discord or in Weeble comments or whatever, or Stock Twits. That's such a select group of people that know about that trade, algos and hedge funds participating in that small trade. AMC's so much bigger than that, where Warren Buffett, like, has been asked to comment on AMC. He said he knows what's going on. If this 94-year-old man knows about AMC, I'm convinced everyone in the investment world does, right? I think it's pretty straightforward. I think you'd be living under a rock at this point. So yeah, I think there's a lot of power in that. And I think ultimately that's what's going to shock a lot of people is, wow, everyone's talking about this again. Like, how did we go back to that moment in time where financial, like the news, your local news was talking about AMC and GME? I think there's a lot of power in that. And I think that is something that you should not forget at the very least. So, yeah, based off that kind of sentiment, technicals, what is causing the move? I think there's a difference between kind of what's causing rallies here. If it's a shorts are getting fucked kind of move, and maybe there's a small catalyst causing that, but things are getting bad for shorts quick, I think that's a little bit different than getting just a rally in and of itself. So there's a lot of different variables. I can make a very long video and rant on that. But yeah, it would be substantially up there. Discreet, man. I love your comments, dude. I always love seeing them. Thank you. You are only 24. Really appreciate you going live. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. You are only 24. Yeah, I feel like I'm older, like mentally. My body feels okay, right? But I feel like I'm an old soul, I guess. Like, I've been investing in the markets for 5 years now, and yeah, I think that is something too that you guys should never get jaded to. It's like, younger people sometimes are no more than people that have been doing this for a long time, and just because you've been doing it a long time does not make you any more credible. And I see that a lot on like CNBC even, or just people that are popular and like their track records can be absolute trash, and they're wrong every time, like, look at these analysts right now. Look at JP Morgan. Morgan Stanley, Mike Wilson is like the only one that is saying that this earnings season's not going to be that good and the markets still have to fall. Most people are, all of a sudden, Nasdaq's up 17%, buy everything. Like, they weren't saying this in January. They're saying it now. Like, That's the stuff you just got to be a little careful of. Don't get our voice. Yeah, started on food. Yeah, the food can, man. The food. Yeah, we could get going on food. We used to spend like an hour talking about food. That apple pecan salad, man, I still fuck with it. Like heavy. If you guys have not had it from Wendy's, man, so good. Do not buy options until after the RS. Yeah, that'll be impacted quite a bit. Maybe if you wanted to go in small, that would make sense. I haven't actually pulled the trigger yet. Because I don't think you have to be that fast right now, given we know April 27th is going to be the next court date. Granted, hindsight's 2020. If you bought those options a couple days ago, then you would have caught this Amazon buyout news. So don't always listen to me, but yeah, that's a really good point you bring up. The reverse split, if that does ultimately happen shortly after April 27th, it's gonna change the options quite a bit, but still should be the same. It just changes overall sentiment and how the options work. It can get real confusing, but usually a better idea to wait until after a split to buy options, especially a reverse split. Why you stop live stream? Oh man, I was like, I was not getting enough sleep. I don't know. It was so late. I'm doing these other things like all throughout the day, and then that was the first time I could get on, and I loved doing it, but I was so exhausted. And like the live streams, like you don't really make money off them, which I don't care to make money anyways. That's not why I started YouTube. But when it takes away from things that do actually make you money, like making you so tired the next day or that much more tired that you can't focus on things that you need to focus on, it just didn't make sense to. Although they're really fun. That's why I like video games. Like I love video games. I love playing them, but they just don't help me get to where I want to be. They don't add benefit like that. They are fun though, for sure. I could mess up some League of Legends, but yeah, that was basically the reasoning. And I was kind of neglecting like other people, and yeah, I just work all day. Like, dude, I'm 24 and this is my birthday. Kind of sad if you think about it, but I mean, it's all about what's important to you in life. I don't want to work every day. That's why we need AMC to come through. Man, your $5, just give us like 200, 300, 400, 500, wherever you guys want to push it. I think a lot of people would satisfy with a lot less than that at this point. Yeah, just give you a little bit of financial freedom, right? Ain't that what it's all about? That's what I think's fun. And you know what's interesting too, which I guess I'm just now thinking of this in this way. I hated math in school too. But like that's all I do now. It's pretty interesting. Thoughts on UNG has been knocked down pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I think right now there's so much uncertainty that you just if you can't afford to just take the time and wait and see what happens, that's probably the best move right now. But I don't have a strong opinion on it right now necessarily, that I would like to. It's tough, right? Because natural gas, commodities. If you do go into a recession, then commodities go down. Typically, commodities go down. So it's one of those things where I think if you were going to be bullish on UNG or commodities, it's now, because they have not been in favor over the last 3 months. They have not participated in this rally. Yeah, but yeah. Gotta run. Have a great B-Day. You have a great night. Thank you, brother. I live under a rock and I know about AMC. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. 24, my man, still wet behind the ears. That's a good one. Well, I feel like I've heard that before, but that's a good one. That's funny. Enjoy your 20s. They go by fast. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They are, dude. They are. And I feel like they go faster now that I'm like in the markets. Like you kind of, I guess if you're like me, you kind of look forward to like Monday, and then you're like, fuck, I can't wait for it to be Friday again, because you got positions, volatility, and all this. Yeah, the stock market kind of makes you age a little faster. I feel like the time starts flying a little more. You're like, damn, wasn't it just COVID like 2 months ago? Like, man, it's been 3 years, dude. Or 6 months ago? Yeah. Worthy gains, baby. It's going good. That's the first dono in a long time, actually. Oh my gosh. And it's on the birthday? That's cool. That's cool. Thank you. Number, by the time you get 30, you'll be set, man. Thanks for all the videos. Hopefully, I think it's like, what do they say? Like, when you want, like, financial freedom or whatever your goal is, and that's important too. Successful is just doing what you love to do. It doesn't have to be about money. Let's be clear there. But whenever you get to that point of being successful, you kind of always want more. So it's like, it's not even about chasing a number at that point. It's enjoying the journey. And once the journey stops, it's kind of like you feel out of place. I feel like that's at least how it would be. You know, like, what? Shoot, I wouldn't stop trading the markets. The positions would get bigger. Maybe I'm trading $1 million at a time, or a couple million. And that's hopefully the goal for, hopefully that's where we all are. But I think there's a lot of opportunity right now. For sure. Like, for sure. I mean, look at the markets. If you listen to Tony De Niro, he says AMC would run up to $50 in 3 years. Paraphrasing. Is that like the fundamental case? Because that would be pretty impressive. But I don't really think this ends anyway besides an aggressive squeeze. And then probably there's a reason, there's fundamentals, something backing the rally at that point, more than likely. A change or whatever it is. But shorts are so deep in this trade that I don't think it ends anyway besides a squeeze. So maybe the fundamentals do just continue to get better, and new initiatives help the company. That's an interesting take, though. It is. I would definitely want to watch that video. What do you think will go down on the 27th? Honestly, the commentary, I guess what most people are expecting is the courts are probably going to dismiss this, and then I think at that point the markets, and I say the markets, the algos, shorts, all, participants in this trade will start to look at AMC and say, how much more downside are we confident in? or really, in other words, what's the chance that we start to lose money because maybe the markets are going to like that AMC is going to have more capital. The fundamental short or reason to be short is gone at that point. Um, you know, I think it makes sense why AMC would rally, given that we have a heads up. Like, this would not be new information. People are expecting this to get denied, and AMC has dropped appropriately for that, or in response to that. So I do expect a rally after April 27th, and I think there's a lot of shorts in AMC that are short in AMC that would otherwise not be short in AMC if this was never a thing. If this reverse stock split and authorizing 25 million shares and these initiatives that have been put forth and voted on, I don't think the short interest would be 25%. Or higher than that, right? That's the legal short interest. So when I look at things logically in that way, I think it's a lot easier to make a bullish case than a bearish case after April 27th. Now, after the reverse split, then it's a little easier to make a bearish case. A short-term bearish case, obviously, it will depend what happens between now and then. But it would be a little bit, easier to make that bearish case at that point. But until then, yeah, I think you could see a pretty big rally. Live stream on or around holidays or special events. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. I do love doing it though. It just makes me so like tired. Like especially since I've had my daughter full time. Like and that was probably around the time that I stopped doing the live streams. If I'm remembering correctly. I've had it for like 8 or 9 months. She actually just went to her mom's for like the first 2 weeks. But, yeah, I think that was about the time. That was difficult too because she's a daddy's girl. So I have to cuddle her to get her to go to sleep. And sometimes it's like ridiculous. I got to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning and she don't want to sleep. And it's midnight, 1, 2 o'clock. So yeah. But it's fun. I love doing this. I just love talking about financials and like goals, and I'm extra with it. I'm like, what do you really want to do? Like what makes you happy and what you can make a living at? And most people don't know, and I love trying to help people figure that out and getting them to that point. Especially if you got a financial goal, man, we can be friends. Shoot, we can be friends. 200, I'm out. Yeah, that would be very reasonable for sure. Born, brother, we do this. I agree. Being successful, there's no cap. Yeah. You still in Mullen? Yeah, I still have the 500 shares for free. But it really hasn't. I mean, it's went down quite a bit, and I think it's very interesting what's going on here. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, this used to be so much more though. Dang, what I buy Mullen for? Yeah, 71 cents. Bought Mullen. And then, I did buy calls too. Debit spreads. Did pretty good on the calls too, but I'm trying to see where did I actually sell the covered calls for. I traded it for a while. I'm going to show you guys the position too, but I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I'm down 81% now. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. Solid 81%. I already got the money back, but I think it's an interesting speculative play here for sure. Shorting AMC in the middle of a culture war with all the different lifestyle views, using movies to put out their message. Yeah, it's it's a very bad time, I think, to be short on AMC. I think it made sense at different times. Like, I mean, January, like there was January 2020, 2021, like there was a good chance the stock was going to go bankrupt. And I actually bought AMC the first time around this at like $5 a share. It was like summertime 2020, and I actually bought AMC. I actually bought Cinemark too. Yeah. But I sold that one a lot quicker. I never sold AMC for whatever reason. And then it went down lower, and I just kind of wrote it all off. And then you get the rally, and then things were looking even better. And my point of view is you can acquire these assets and borrow against them. You could sell options. You could do things to mitigate your risk without actually selling them, because ultimately you want to acquire as much as possible. That's like the movie The Founder on Netflix. Have you guys seen that? Where like Ray Kroc, the McDonald's founder, just found the restaurant from the McDonald's brothers and figured out that he didn't have any assets. He couldn't grow McDonald's, so he started buying the real estate. That's why McDonald's is I believe, still the largest owner of real estate in the world, but they're up there. They're top 2 or 3 on largest real estate owners in the world. Frickin' McDonald's. Mickey D's. But yeah, it's not a good time to be short on AMC. You don't think AMC run up until after the 27th? If I'm reading that correctly, I think there's probably a better chance of AMC going higher after April 27th, but before a reverse split happened. Like if the court does deny the case and there's no more court, right? If AMC is able to go through with this, then I think you probably rally between then and the reverse split actually happening. To what happens in the meantime, what commentary, what news comes out on the Amazon buyout or rumors, I think that can all play a role in what could happen as well, and what happens in the markets. By then, you're going to have your large mega tech that has reported earnings by April 27th. The markets very well could be a lot higher from here or a lot lower. Just a lot of things are really happening under the surface right now. But that's where I would just kind of assume, thinking logically on what's happened in the past with AMC, what's happened with other companies, and you usually do get a rally up until some of those events actually happen. I feel like stock splits in 2020 and 2021, that was like the weirdest time, because it was seen as a time to just go crazy and buy the stock, buy calls, play very bullish bets on Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, Netflix at the time in 2020. Google, they were all doing it because they figured out our stock's going to rally 25, 30% in 3 days if we just say we're going to do a stock split, and then what would happen after is it would continue to rally. Like it was insane, actually. How likely do you think AMC to get to 100? I don't think it would. I really don't expect much until April 27th, until we get more clarity on that, or we get more information about the Amazon buyout. I think you're very much in a tight range here, and that's why I'm not super aggressive right here to buy even those long dated like 2025 options, because I do think you have some time still before you break out of this range in between 450 and 550. Because there is enough confidence from the shorts right now to stay in those short positions until you get new news or new opinions or whatnot. Then things will change and AMC will be able to move more. But yeah, if there is any truth to the size of the derivatives market, we may get a market crash to the upside instead if most of those derivatives are naked shorts. That's an interesting way to think about it. The upside, most of those were naked shorts. Yeah, that I mean that instinctively would make a little sense. But what's up, the closer? How you doing? When does the split take effect? Well, we don't have like a set in stone date because of this court litigation. I imagine I'm sure AMC's seen this coming. You're gonna piss a lot of people off trying to dilute them so much, but I would imagine it would be probably mid-May, probably 1 month after the court situation is my best guess, but could happen sooner. But you will know about it. Like, the markets will know weeks before it happens for sure. Could be even later than that. Could be early June, but I would say that's a little bit less likely. How long after the court date will it take for the stock split to actually? Yeah, see, that's a good topic for different video even tomorrow. What we could really logically expect from now until April 27th, and then after April 27th, because after April 27th is where a lot more, I think, optionality in the move with AMC comes into play. Really optionality with the shorts, because at that point they got what they wanted out of this trade. Do they hold it to the very end? Do they continue to be sure, given everything that is going on, given the fact that historically with AMC, over the last 2 years, AMC has rallied every time they've raised capital. I think that's a risk a lot of people won't want to be in, and if they do, I think that could compound some of that move higher. Happy birthday, my brother. Thank you. Happy birthday. Are you 25 years young? Yeah, 24 years young, but I definitely feel like an old soul for sure. I mean, stocks and math and most people are, I feel like, at the bar or something. I just never really. I mean, you have the phase. I guess I grew up quick. I mean, my brother was shot and killed when I was 16, 17. So kind of grow up quick, if that makes sense. Yeah, so kind of turn into an old soul. But yeah, 24 years on this beautiful earth. I love it. That's when it hits the fan. Yes, sir. What did you get for your birthday? The AMC dip? Yeah, basically. Nothing. Nothing. I really don't like when people buy me stuff. Actually, My girlfriend did make me some cake pops though, and it actually looks really good. So yeah, about to smash some of those here in a few. But I mean, Vlog knows though. I mean, the key to my heart is probably food. No, but I did say a new mic would be cool, and like a speaker, I think, to like shake the house, you know. But yeah, a new mic, cause this mic, dude, I don't know what's going on with it. Like, I think it sounds okay when I listen to the videos. Like, it doesn't sound too bad, but it's picking up external noise. It's not honing in on my voice anymore. Doesn't make sense. But, yeah. It can be a couple $100. I don't even know why I haven't got one yet. I think I just forget to do it. And then when I'm, like, mic checking myself before I make a video, and I'm like, dude, this sounds so bad, and then it doesn't sound as bad on YouTube, so I don't know. I'm literally twice your age. Well, that's good. That's good. I like it. That's even better. Yeah, I mean, 24 years old. It's so weird because like anything else, like that's fine if you're like younger, but if you're younger in like the financial world, yeah, people just yeah, they don't like you. But besides you guys, right? Besides you guys. You guys are awesome. Smash that like button. For real. Let them know. Let them know, baby. Are you a grilled walleye fan? Living where you live. Actually, I've only had walleye a couple of times. Like fresh caught, you know, catch it out the lake and gut it and fry it, or I've only had it a couple times, but it's good. It's good for sure. Now, man, you know some funky fish I got, right? Check it out. I don't even know what the brand is. I don't know what the company is, so I'm not gonna put them on blast or anything, but it's like swordfish, and tilapia. I think I've had tilapia before, but after this situation, I don't think so. It was just so weird and smelly and nasty. I don't know if I didn't make it right or whatnot, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Salmon, dude, I will tear some salmon up. You do some white rice, throw some salt, pepper in there, whatever you like. You do the rice up, and you know, bake your salmon, whatever, fry your salmon, whatever you're gonna do. Squeeze some lemon on there, man. Go to town. Tilapia or swordfish, I'm not down. Applebee's is high on the list. Yeah, Applebee's is real good. Dude, wonton tacos. Man, wonton tacos. They give you the limes. So good. And then I usually get like the 3 cheese panini. Penny? I don't know. People make fun of me how I say panini. I say panini. It's penne. Penny. I don't even know. How's it called? What's it called? Penne. What's up, penne? I don't know. But yeah, that is really good. If I understand you correctly, if the judge dismissed the case, we lose our short, like on 28, their time before the split takes place. Yeah. if the judge dismissed the case, um, then AMC would proceed with the reverse stock split. And I think after the judge dismissed the case, which would be, April, around that, right? April 27th, April 28th. Then from that day until the reverse split actually went into effect, I think could get very, very bullish. And I think that could really set you up for that bigger upside move in general. Yeah. And then after the reverse split, I think it sets you up for a little bit more downside because that's what typically happens after reverse splits. AMC's a lot different, yes, and maybe you'd want to look at the history on what has happened after AMC has done, reverse splits in the past. But, yeah, that's kind of my outlook there. And after the reverse split, it's possible that whatever happens, if they pay off 10% of their debt or 50%, that's a big implication difference there. That's a big difference. And I think that could affect how the stock does trade too. Sure hope you're right. It's my brother's birthday too. Oh, April 11th. Yeah, that would be cool. Right around the corner. Is April 10th? Man, I thought you... Man, the closer... I thought you were going to tell me your wife's birthday was today, too. I was going to say. Apparently, people do have the same birthday as me. But I've never met one. A couple people in here said their family and stuff was. So that's interesting. I was looking all day, to be honest. I'm like trying to find someone with like a birthday sticker or like a birthday party or whatever. And nobody. Nobody. I do my salmon in a lemon sugar dill sauce. Ooh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just hungry. I think I should go get the pizza now. So you're straight to the point. Videos with no YouTuber intro. I know once they have a high production intro, they're officially a YouTuber, not about the most. Yeah, pretty much. I'm really just about I think money and opportunity for all of you guys, really. Even after AMC, I think there's a lot of perspective that I give that kind of other people don't, even on the markets. And you guys should definitely watch the video that is probably out now. I believe I had it set to 10:30 about kind of the bullish and the bearish case going ahead in the markets from here. Because everyone's screaming bullish. Is it really that bullish? What has changed since the last couple of weeks? Salmon grilled over charcoal. Oh, that's interesting. I just like salmon. I don't think I've ever had salmon I didn't like, to be honest. Well, all right, guys. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in with me. My birthday. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is like literally my fun. So that's awesome. Hit the like button if you have not already. If you have not listened to Vlog and just hit the like button, come on now. That's crazy. Subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to join the trading community, link down below in the description as well. This upcoming week is going to be a big trading week. We've actually been making a couple more trades than usual. I think there is a big opportunity here, and I like to put my money where my mouth is. If you guys want to join that, down below in the description of this live stream or any other video. But yeah, you guys have a fantastic night. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.